What's up, everybody? My name is Scott Waters, and welcome to No Life to Metal. It is time for a rock metal update. That's right, it's time for a rock and metal updates. All 12-inch vinyl. Probably going to be a two-parter. Got a lot to show here because it's been a while since I've actually done a 12-inch rock and metal update. I've got other videos planned. I'm going to be doing another Noise Metal Graphics video. I'm going to be doing a very cool package I got from my buddy Greg the Egg in Canada with a pile of 7-inch records. I'm going to be doing another 7-inch update. I'm going to be doing another label focus. So yeah, I've got a lot planned. I just have been really busy with work, which is a good thing. So I'm going to start right off with a pile of Japanese records that I've picked up. So this is Jimi Hendrix in the West, Japanese pressing. This thing sounds stellar. I mean, it's an original pressing from, you know, when did this thing come out? In the late 70s, early 80s when this thing finally came out. But this thing it's mint. It's perfect, and it's got 2 bands on it. Now, I showed this thing on Facebook and asked if anybody knew what this other band said or was. Maybe one of you guys can tell me what that band says. I thought maybe it was like a promo pressing or a special packaging pressing. If anybody knows, let me know what this red band is for, because I just don't know. The other OB is obviously the OB that comes with all pressings of this album, but that red one, I'm just not sure. I'm curious. Anybody know? Let me know. Jimi Hendrix in the West. I'm just a huge Hendrix fan, and I have been since literally a kid. Back in the 70s, my parents bought me an album called Heavy Metal. It had to be 70. I think the album came out in 74, but I think they bought me the album around 76. And man, all those bands on there was Hendrix and Black Sabbath and Uriah Heep and all these different bands that were on this heavy metal compilation back from 74. I just became fans of most of them. And Jimi Hendrix was one of the ones I had become a fan of. I was literally a kid in grade school, so I mean, somebody might say, "Well, I knew I saw him in '69." Well, I was in '69. I was 2, so I couldn't go see Jimi Hendrix. Anyhow, next up, this is a Japanese heavy metal compilation featuring 4 bands. It's got the original Obi on it. As you can see, it's actually got it lists Accept, Restless and Wild on the back, Bernie Torme and Warlord Deliver Us from Evil as part of the series. But you got 4 80s heavy metal bands. I think this thing came out in like 82 or 83. So it's early 80s Japanese heavy metal. Very much, in the new wave of British heavy metal. But the bands are Marino, Sexual, Rajas, I think that's how you say it, or Rajas. R-A-J-S. I'm not sure how, we pronounce that with a Japanese accent. The H is silent in most Hispanic languages. So anyhow, and then we got Hurry Scary. So and I really enjoyed this thing. Obscure underground Japanese heavy metal. If you're into that sort of thing, well worth checking out. These guys are all phenomenal musicians. And that's one thing you got to say about the Japanese musicians is, man, they are talented, and these guys are all talented. You can see some pictures in the back. Might give you an idea of what the music sounds like. But like I said, just straightforward heavy metal. This is not an expensive compilation. Well worth looking into, picking up. There's copies on eBay for a decent price. There are a lot out there without the Obi, and I wanted the Obi on mine. But regardless, there's copies everywhere. If you're just into the music, get it. Rainbow, Bent Out of Shape, Japanese pressing. Got this for a good price, and I'm always looking for Japanese. I love Japanese pressings. They always seem to sound so good. Used copies are always like in the best condition. You hardly ever see a beat up Japanese pressing, which is really nice. So, just a classic album. I prefer the Dio era of Rainbow, but I like the more commercial stuff like this. I mean, there's nothing wrong with it. All these records include the inserts and whatnot. Let me pull the insert out of this Rainbow one so you can see it, because I'm pretty sure there's a picture of the band on it. If I can get it out. Okay, here we go. So it's a four panel insert. Very small pictures of the band, but they're pictures nonetheless. So there you go. Rainbow, classic album. Richie Blackmore. What do you got? This I should have looked before I started, but I'm pretty sure this is Graham Bonnet on this one. Or maybe it's Joe and Turner. always mix up which album those two guys sing on. Pretty sure, I don't know. I think it's Joe Lynn Turner, actually. So, classic Rainbow album, Richie Blackmore, Japanese pressing. And then, difficult to cure Japanese pressing with the OB strip and the inserts. Once again, you know, a more commercial era for Rainbow. I love the Rainbow Rising on the OB strip. This one does have an insert as well. And this one has, I know Don Airey plays on here, of course Richie Blackmore. It's got the whole catalog in the back too, which is kind of cool. Let me see, I'm inserting the inside. Here it is. Again, it's one of those 4-panel inserts. Japanese lyrics, Japanese lettering, and English lyrics. And let's see if I can see who plays on this one. So this is definitely Joe Lynn Turner, I know that, but it's weird because the names are all under the OB and I can't get the OB to move, so I can't tell you the other names of the band members. But I'm almost positive it was Don Airey playing on here. I'm pretty sure Roger Glover from Deep Purple played on here as well. And then, of course, Richie Blackmore. So I can't remember for the life of me what the other member is. Anyhow, whatever. I'm sure you guys know. Someone will fill me in. Whenever I, accidentally say the wrong band member or something like that, somebody always corrects me and tells me who the right one is. So, and I'm not offended by that at all. I mean, I'm no expert. I'm just a fan. So anyhow, Fastway. Some people call these guys new wave or British heavy metal. I never thought of them that way until recently because I don't know. These guys were veterans. Fastway was formed by Fast Eddie Clark and then Pete Way from UFO. Thus, you get the Fastway name. Pete Way left before this was recorded, but this is just good UK hard rock, heavy metal, classic. Everybody knows this one, right? Japanese pressing and mint condition, had to have it. It's got all the inserts as well, and I got it for a killer price. I mean, under $20. So really happy to have it. I do have an original American copy too. This is actually a promo pressing, and you can see there's like a barcode on the bottom. But regardless, it's not like a white label or anything, but still very cool. I love it. Glad to have it. I actually kind of hadn't heard that thing in years and kind of reinterested, got my interest back in the band again, listening to that thing for the first time in, a decade. All right, this next one up, this is Loudness, and this is a Japanese pressing of a Japanese band. This album is called Shadows of War. It is the same album, pretty much the same album as Lightning Strikes that was released worldwide in 1986. However, the Japanese version is a little different than the worldwide version in that the song orders are different. I'm pretty sure the mix is different. The mastering is definitely different. And also this was the title track here, Shadows of War. That track is not on the worldwide pressings under that name. It's on those albums. It's got a different name. It's called Ashes in the Sky worldwide, but on here it's called Shadows of War. So this one's got all the, the inserts and whatnot, and it's got the OB strip. So I snatched this one as soon as I found it. And this is a seller I buy off of him a lot because first of all, Japanese pressings, getting them from Japan, you're going to pay $25 shipping for one record. So, if you get this album for $25, you're paying $50 for this record. But this seller is actually in the United States, and he travels to Japan, and he buys a lot of records, and he comes back and sells them here. So the shipping is, much, much cheaper, and he has very good prices. I mean, again, this one was well under $20, so it was worth snagging, and it sounds fantastic. It's in mint condition, so really happy to have it. I've actually never owned this one before, so I own the entire Loudness catalog, just about, if I'm missing, maybe a few EPs or something, on both CD and vinyl, but I just never owned this one, so it was cool to hear it, hear a different mix, a different song order, and loved it. All right, I'm getting into some new stuff here, and I am probably 10 minutes into this video, so I'm going to start going a little quicker. But I showed this in another mail video, but I'm going to show it again because this is fantastic, man. I was really enjoying this album. Metal War God hooked me up with this Steel Hammer. I don't know how I missed out on this. So it's Chris Bolton's Boltondale from Gravedigger. This is his new band. Now, from what I've found out, Gravedigger are still together and they're recording new music. This is kind of a side project. But if you're a Gravedigger fan, this sounds like Gravedigger. I mean, there is not a whole huge difference between the two bands, other than Gravedigger is, at least in the last couple decades, have been very epic and storytelling and that kind of thing, more dramatic. And this is more just straightforward European heavy metal, power metal, whatever you want to call it. Just balls to the wall heavy metal. Really, really well done. But his signature vocals, you're not going to get away from comparing it to Gravedigger. But I love it. I'm really impressed with this album. Great new album from 2023 on Rock of Angels Records. This is worth picking up if you're a Gravedigger fan or just a fan of European power metal. Next up, new Stus. Brand new album, just came out, I don't know, we're in December, I think this came out in November. I gotta be honest, when I put this thing on the very first time, I wasn't blown away by it. Now, it's not because it's not very well done, and great recording. I've played it 3-4 times since then, and now I really like it. But on the first spin, what I was really missing was the Steve DiGiorgio driving bass guitar. He's got such a unique style and sound and all that kind of stuff, and he's not playing on here. He's stamped on here, but he's not playing on this record. So you've got let's see, John Allen and I can't remember the band members' names. Definitely Darren Travis is on here. Let's see if they pull out the where is it? Looking for the insert. There you go. So yeah, Darren Travis and John Allen are the two members left in the band, and they recorded this. Nice photo. We probably should use that for like a Christmas card or something. Lyrics. But yeah, it's just great thrash metal, bordering at times death metal, but more vocally than musically. Musically, this is just straight up thrash metal. And if you're into stuff like Creator, Sodom, Destruction, Accuser, Slayer, Exodus, you'll probably dig this as well. Really good album from them. Again, if your main purpose in liking Stus is those Steve DiGiorgio bass things, that is definitely missing. But for a straightforward thrash metal record, it's quite enjoyable, and I really like it. And it might take me a few more listens, but who knows, man? May love it. So, Stus, brand new. Like I said, spin it like 3 or 4 times, and I'll give it plenty more spins before I put it back on the shelf. Next up, this is UDO, Udo Dirkschneider's band. I've shown this one before, so I'm not going to go real deep into it. I did a video from my car not too long ago, What's Spinning video, and I played a bit of it and talked about it, but really enjoyed this album. Great, German, Teutonic, heavy metal. If you like Accept, if you like the early Udo stuff, if you like albums like Holy, you're going to dig this one. It's just great German heavy metal. It's going to have you headbanging while you're driving down the road. Absolutely enjoyed it. Same with this one. I've showed it before on other formats and talked about it on the Metal Roundtable. So yeah, I've shown this one before, so I'm not going to get real deep into it. But this is apparently the final studio album from Serthunle, and it's called Dark Parade. This one is available in different formats. I thought I had ordered the box set version, and everybody was getting their box sets in the mail, and I went back to the company I was ordering from, which was Metal Merchants, and I went and I looked, and I'm like, oh, I never actually finished the transaction, so I never actually ordered it. So I went online real quick, and I ordered this copy from Amazon, which is basically just metal blades sewing on there. And I got I didn't know what color vinyl was going to be, so it ended up I got the kind of a white with some, I don't know, gray and maybe even clear splattering in it. But this is just epic heavy metal, exactly what you want from Serthunle. They're not, trying to tackle any modern styles. It's just them being them, and I really enjoyed it. I think it's probably I don't know if I like it better than the last album, but I definitely like it. Anyhow, oddly enough, like 2 or 3 weeks later, after I got this one and had been listening to it, I get the box set in the mail. And apparently I had ordered it from a different company, and I had totally spaced it that I ordered it from. So I ended up getting 2 copies. So this is my player copy. The other one is very cool because it's a 2 LP version. and it comes with all kinds of extra goodies. And I have it right here next to me, and I'm going to pick it up and show it to you real quick. But I'll get into it, and I'll do a separate video of just it, because it comes in this nice little record bag. And yeah, very nice collection. I'll show it to you in a separate video. Okay, how we doing on time? Let's see, 15 minutes in. This is a new release from Jimi Hendrix. Okay, obviously Jimi Hendrix is not around anymore. You know, he died a few years ago. And but his family owns a catalog, and they keep releasing new music from him. And when I say new music, it's not new songs. This is a live album. This is Hollywood Bowl, August 18th, 1967. This is a soundboard recording, so the sound quality is good. There's no patching up anything here. This is raw. You know, just anything that would have gone wrong is captured here. So, you know, slip on the guitar picks, you know, anything, you know, that rim shots, all that kind of fun stuff you can have to go along during a concert happens here. Dropouts and vocals and all that stuff, that's all here. So it's very raw, but the recording is actually very well done. So if you're into Hendrix, and this is very much worth picking up. There you go, stumbling over my words. So you got the intro, Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band, Killing Floor, Wind Cries Mary, Foxy Lady, Catfish Blues, which I don't own any other album with Catfish Blues played live on it, so that's kind of cool. Fire, Like a Rolling Stone, Purple Haze, and they end with a very wild version of Wild Thing. So, great album, not an expensive one. You can pick it up on Amazon. I pre-ordered it, and I'm pretty sure it was like at the $24.99 or $26.99 range when I pre-ordered it, but the price dropped a few times, and Amazon has that thing, if you pre-order something and you get the lowest price. So I ended up getting mine really cheap, but even still, it's under 30 bucks, which is not bad for, you know, new records these days. All right, I've got a couple more I'm going to show, and then I'm going to do the part 2. Otherwise, this video is going to end up being too long. But this is Angelis Appat. I always stumble with the name on this one. I think this is their 7th album, somewhere in that range anyhow. This is just fantastic thrash metal. Obviously influenced by the, you know, legendary bands, you know, Exodus and Creator and Sodom, Destruction, you know, Slayer, all that kind of stuff. You can definitely hear that in this album. But this band from Spain has some unique sounds. They have aggressive vocals. They have a little bit of clean vocals. But the very last song, they actually have Todd LaTorre from Queensryche singing on it. So this is superb. I mean, I love this album. This will make my, almost positive this will make my top 10 for the year. It's going to be a hard year to keep it down to only 30 releases, because there was so much great music this year, and this one is among them. So if you're a fan of traditional thrash metal, this one is right up your alley. It doesn't push the boundaries of death metal, but it is definitely extreme thrash metal. You know, hammer to the brain, riffing. I call it jackhammer. You know, that on the E string. I love this stuff. So I'm a huge thrash metal fan. So, you know, it is what it is. All right, I keep getting spam on my phone, so if you keep seeing me move my hands over here, it's because I keep turning my phone off. All right, next up, and this will be the last one for this segment, and I'll get into another video after that, but this is Alice Cooper's newest, Road. I don't think I've shown this one yet. It's a double album. It plays 45 RPM, which it's kind of cool. 45 RPM gives you a slightly better sound quality on vinyl. But it's also a little bit annoying in that, you know, you got 3 songs per side, so you're going over and flipping over that record quite a bit. But regardless, this is really good Alice Cooper album. If you like classic 70s to early 80s Alice Cooper, basically if you like the Alice Cooper band stuff, you know, you're going to probably dig this, because it has that same kind of heavy rock vibe from back then. There's no glam metal here. There's no grunge on here. I mean, there's no new wave. Alice Cooper's definitely run the gamut over the decades he's been releasing music. This is just great, straightforward, hard rock. Exactly what you want from Alice Cooper, with some great guitar work. Really enjoyed this one. It did take me a few listens to really get into it, but the hooks are there. You just have to listen and get into it. There is a cover of Magic Bus on here, but otherwise it's all new Alice stuff, and it's produced by Bob Ezrin, who produced some of the best, you know, Alice Cooper records, as well as Kiss and Pink Floyd and a bunch of other bands. So, all right, that's it for this edition. I will do a part 2, and I'll get it up as soon as I possibly can. Appreciate you all watching. Please, leave a message below. Sub to the channel if you're not already subbed. Leave, all that kind of fun stuff. Hit the thumbs up. I appreciate all that, and that's it. God bless. Stay strong. What's up, everybody? My name is Scott Waters. Welcome to No Life to Metal. It is time for a big edition of... No, it's not, because it's not time for the mail. What's up, everybody? My name is Scott Waters, and welcome to No Life to Metal. What's up, everybody? Ugh, man, stumbling here. What's up, everybody? My name is Scott Waters, and welcome to No Life to Metal. It is time for a rock metal update. I've heard some people complain they don't like the whole football thing. Who cares? I mean, they're like, football, that's not German. So what? It's American football. And the bands are all dressed in, football uniforms in a giant stadium. I think it's kind of fun. I enjoyed it. Don't really care if people like the look or not. What do you expect? I mean, Udo's what in this? My dogs managed to ruin a video every single time.